Sit tight, Mrs. Harris. I'll let you... Can we talk?
Go on.
I'm ready to wrap.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
that's it.
Don't these...
The only thing that matters to...
Well, so...
Good.
Let her read him.
Take care of... Yes.
I'd like my...
Very good. I'm...
I think... That coat, come to think, it's quite the... This guy has been in... My grandmother, now that... Judging from... Impressive. I wish I'd known about this.
I have some...
All right.
That's a lovely portrait. Who is it of?
That is my late husband, Jonathan. He used to attend meetings of the Spectre Society with... I tried to get him to be more in tune with the other side, but I think he was just you. He was a good man. Everyone at the society cared for him very much.
Thank you for your time, Mrs. Davis.
Oh, you're very...
I'll be going now, Mrs. Davis.
May the...
Oh, hello again. How may I...
I'd like to...
Yes.
Jonathan Davis is my sponsor.
You knew Jonathan? He was such a kind man. Yes, I can feel his presence, and it speaks positively of you. Please, come in, Mr. Fordham. I am Angela Maxwell, the founder of the Spectre Society. Welcome. May I offer you some refreshments? Some water or tea, perhaps?
You're very kind, but I'm afraid I must decline right now.
Well, please let me know if you change your mind.
Would you look at this place? It's like a candy store for psychics. Those are some creepy twin girls. I could see a passing resemblance to Miss Maxwell, actually. There's quite a few members in this group. There's quite a few.
What a fascinating device. Exactly what does it do?
That is an etherometer. It's designed to pick up vibrations from the ether and translate messages from the spirits.
A great man once said to me, "Bill, you aren't going to get very far in life just staring at balls." He's dead now. But then again, so am I.
I think I've seen one of these before. What does it do?
It's a spirit board. We use it to contact spirits, and they in turn spell out a message with the letters on the board.
Well, I've got a message from Miss Maxwell if she ever tries to use a spirit board around me. Ooh, spooky. That ghost between the two people almost manages to look convincing. It's nice of Miss Maxwell to let people borrow her books, even if they are all just a bunch of nonsense. And coming from me, that's really saying something. The plaque says Leonora Pattinson, seer. She looks like someone I would not want to fool around with. There's quite a few. That's probably the storage case for the spirit board. Must be for the more traditionalist members. I never much cared for all that mystic stuff. Why should your life be dictated by a bunch of cards?
Could I ask you about some things, Miss Maxwell?
Certainly, darling.
What can you tell me about the Spectre Society?
Ah, where to begin? I formed this club 2 years ago, right after I moved to New Bretagne. During our meetings, we discuss our experiences with paranormal phenomena and organize investigations.
Sorry for the silence
What
there,
sort of
folks.
investigations?
We look into places all around the city which have been reported as haunted. New Bretagne is teeming with the spirits of those killed during the French and British takeovers of the city.
What's up,
Not
Tumblr?
only that, but there is a prevalence of mystic religious practices here in Gascon, brought over by immigrants from the Antilles.
Fascinating.
There are plenty of books on the subject over there in the bookcase, if you're interested in learning more.
I already partook in those. How's it going, Tumblr? Sorry, I didn't see you come in there. And I have myself on mute for everybody else wondering why I wasn't talking. So,
What
yeah.
made you decide to start up this club?
I began communing with the spirits at a very early age. My twin sister, Rachel, died after falling into an icy pond when we were 8 years old.
I'm very sorry, Miss Maxwell.
That's the
I
picture.
appreciate your sympathy, darling, but don't feel too bad. Rachel began speaking to me shortly after that. She
Kick
has
ass.
served as my spirit guide ever since.
Spirit guide? You mean you still speak with her?
Oh, yes. Every day. In fact, I was just speaking with her before you arrived.
Help me
As
with
I
Bill.
grew older, I realized there were others in the world who were also able to communicate with spirits, and those who had an interest in what lies beyond the ether.
That's
And
right.
so, once I moved to New Bretagne, I decided to start up this club so we could gather and share our experiences.
Ooh.
Do you suppose she can hear what I'm saying? Hey, Angela, try a bit less eyeshadow, would you? You look like a purple raccoon. Nothing. Clearly a fraud. Ah, well.
I was wondering,
Yes,
when you communicate with the spirits, are you able to stop?
if I wish them to leave me, yes. I bid them farewell, and they usually depart back into the ether.
What about the more persistent ones?
You do remember I'm right here, don't you?
Just between you and me. Those spirits are best dealt with by having the other kind of spirits. Quiets them right down.
I prefer soporific myself.
Oh? You hear the voices of the spirits as well, Mr. Fordham.
Damn
And
right.
of course. Now the reason for your visit to the Spectre Society is obvious.
Uh-huh.
Do you see? All our paths eventually become clear. I'm glad yours has brought you here.
Oh, wonderful. Now she started rhyming. Don't get any funny ideas about telling her about me. She may be a lunatic, but that's no reason to expose yourself as one, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know anything about the kidnapping of Charles Harris?
I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about any kidnappings, darling. If you wish, I can commune with the spirits and see if I can help locate your missing person.
That won't be necessary, Miss Maxwell, though I appreciate the offer.
I'm debating if I should tell her about Bill or what.
I spoke with Henrietta Davis, and she mentioned one of your other members, Linda Walker. Can you tell me anything about her?
Ah, Linda. Poor dear. Of all our members, she is the one I feel for the most.
Why is that?
She's had a tragic life, but I believe the Spectre Society has helped her greatly. Not only has she made a good friend in Henrietta, she's also dealt with her grief in a positive way. She has devoured my collection of books, educated herself on many subjects. I would say she's become an expert on clairvoyance and metempsychosis. It's
Oh.
always nice to know that the club can help those who have suffered.
Do you see her often?
Yes, she comes by about once or twice a week.
Uh-huh.
What can you tell me about Linda and Henrietta's friendship?
It's so lovely to see them together at the meetings. They're practically inseparable. It's quite sweet. They often leave messages for each other in the guest book. When Linda found out that Henrietta was taking care of an infant, she even gave her a toy bear for the child. I remember Linda lighting up with excitement when she asked about him. She really loves children. It's such a terrible shame about... But please, let's discuss something more pleasant, shall we, darling?
Things are going good. We're cracking the case slowly,
I'm sorry,
Tumblr.
what was it you said? Madam Psy, what?
Metempsychosis, darling. It's a philosophical term which comes from ancient Greece. It refers to the transmigration of the soul after death.
Oh, yeah,
Is that
of course.
anything like reincarnation?
Essentially, yes. There's a book on the subject over in the bookcase, which can tell you far more than I possibly could.
Okay.
What's this tragic story about Linda you mentioned?
Oh, dear. I probably shouldn't say.
Miss Maxwell, I'm going to be frank. I'm investigating a kidnapping, and Mrs. Walker is a person of interest. I need to know as much about her as possible to help me solve this case. Do I make myself clear?
Well, if it will
Oh,
help,
baby.
Linda was married to a man named Thomas. Together, they had a son named Alexander. Thomas revealed himself to be a terribly cruel man.
Ooh.
When he gave himself over to the drink, he would fly into rages and beat both Linda and the boy. One day, she came home to find both her son and husband dead.
My God, what happened?
Whoa.
The police ruled it a murder-suicide. Poisoning, apparently. Linda has been
What?
trying to make contact with Alexander's spirit for the past year or so, but has had no luck.
Uh-oh.
It really is a terrible tragedy.
We know who did it. Linda Walker is the one that did it.
Do you know Linda Walker's address?
I'm afraid not, darling. Linda has always been somewhat private, and that's not something I consider to be crucial information.
Do you know any way I can find her?
You could always come back for our next meeting. It will be the first Thursday of next month.
By then, we'll have completely lost track of Charles. There has to be another way of finding Linda.
Yep, we'll look in the book. Should I tell him about Bill? What do you think, Tumblr? Should we do it? Tell her about the crazy voices I'm having in my head? He told me not to. He's like, don't go revealing yourself as a lunatic. I don't think I'm going to, because if every time I do something like that, something bad happens. Ask
I don't
her.
hear the voices of all spirits, just one.
Miles, what are you doing?
Ah, you have a spirit guide. Please, tell me more, darling.
I wouldn't call him a spirit guide so much as a spirit nag.
This is a very, very bad idea.
Do you know who this spirit is?
Yes, it's my former detective partner, Bill. I shot him on our last case together.
You shot him?
He was on a roof being held at knife point by a burglar. They were too close. I took the shot, but missed, and hit my partner instead.
Oh my, you poor darling. Is he angry with you?
No.
Well, he is now. He doesn't think it's a good idea to tell others about him. But normally, he's the same as he was in life. He just wants me to find the man responsible for his death. I've told him I'm really the one responsible, but he insists it's the burglar.
I see. This is quite the unfortunate situation.
It is.
My advice to you is this. Spirits often know best. You do well to listen to him about keeping his presence to yourself. Not everyone is as open-minded as we members of the Spectre Society.
Right.
Maybe I misjudged her.
You damn right you did.
I know. It's been hardest keeping this from my wife, but I can't drive her away. She's all I've really got left.
Your story has touched me, Mr. Fordham. I will do everything I can to help you and your spirit guide find peace. If I find anything out which might help you, I will contact you personally.
Thank you, Miss Maxwell. I appreciate it.
Well, that could have turned out much worse. I'm warning you, Miles. Tell anyone else about me, and I won't be so forgiving.
Thank you for the information. It was very enlightening.
It was
Nice.
my pleasure, darling.
And we get an achievement, a kind ear. So let's look at the book again.
There's quite a few members.
Anyone interested in the spirit board? Thomas, Angela, Henrietta. At the manor next week, come around 8 p.m. and you can meet Charlie. Linda, looking forward to having you over. Henrietta. I think that's it. So at the manor.
I'll be going now.
May the spirits guide you to that which you seek.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna go talk to her. You got some explaining to do.
Sit tight, Mrs. Harris. I may have more
Oh.
questions for you later. I'll let you know if I have...
Okay, then it's her. Yes. That's the lady. Okay, you got some
I have some
explaining to do.
questions for
All right.
Mrs. Davis, have you ever had Linda visit you at the Harris Manor?
Oh, no, of course not.
Then would you care to explain your note to her in the Spectre Society guest book?
Uh-oh.
Please, Mr. Fordham, I didn't mean to lie to you. It's just that it gets so lonely by myself in the house at night. So every now and then, I invite Linda to come over for tea and some company.
Crumpets.
I see. And when was the last time this happened?
3 nights
2
ago.
nights ago?
Oh, I knew
Please
it.
don't tell Mr. and Mrs. Harris, Mr. Fordham. If they found out what I was doing, they'd have me dismissed without a reference.
Oh, I think it's going to be a
I
lot
won't,
worse.
But I'd very much like to speak with Mrs. Walker. Do you have any idea where I can find her?
All I know is that she works as a seamstress at a shop in Lyon, but I don't know the name. I'm sorry, I can't be of any more help than that.
Oh, I know the name. Oh,
Thank you for your time.
baby.
Oh, you're
Very welcome. Confront Arthur Devons about voodoo practice. Yeah, we're gonna go confront Arthur Devons about the voodoo stuff. That's what that was. Okay. Let's
I'll
go
be
up.
going now.
Yeah. Let's go. Over here. Hey, douchebag. What's this with all the
Mr.
voodoo
Devons?
stuff, huh?
Yes?
Do you practice voodoo, Mr. Devons?
What?
The chicken bones and dust you send along with your letters. It's a voodoo spell meant to cause bad luck in business. Quite a convenient solution, wouldn't you say?
Oh,
I don't know what you're on about.
yeah, you
Come
do.
now, Mr. Devons. I'd appreciate it if you didn't think I was stupid.
All right, fine. I went to go see one of them magic women in Gascon. She told me about the spell and what I needed to do. I don't believe in the stuff, but I thought maybe if I used it, I could scare Harris enough to get him to stop making the new airship.
Well, I don't mean to be one to put a damper on your amateur witchcraft, but it doesn't seem to be doing you much good.
No, his grandson got kidnapped. That's not something I'd call lucky.
Good day to you, Mr. Devins.
You too.
You too, Mr. Fordham.
This Arthur Devins Joker is bad news. Not only is he making threats to the Harris family, he also has the nerve to send a ransom note. We have enough evidence to pin the crime on him, I think. The police can deal with the headache of actually finding the baby.
Yeah, but you know what? It's not him. We have to go to... yeah, this place. You have some talking to do, sir.
I'm back.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about your seamstress. Is she hot?
I've got some more questions
here.
for you. All right, I'll do.
Yeah, you will.
Do you by chance employ a seamstress named Linda Walker?
Yeah,
I
you
do, yes.
Is she here?
No, she has the day off today, but she'll be in tomorrow.
Would it be possible to have her address?
Begging your pardon, but why should I give it to you?
Uh-oh.
I'm a private investigator.
gonna go with the
and
honest
it's crucial
truth.
to this case.
Well, as I said, she'll be here tomorrow.
It really is a matter of some urgency.
I'm sure it can wait. But if it were really that urgent, I would think the police would. I'm not obligated to tell you anything, so please, let's move on before I lose my patience.
Please, Mr. Solomon, it's extremely important that I get Mrs. Walker's address.
So you said, but why should I?
She's my sister, and we've lost touch.
I thought you said you were a private investigator.
Both.
Yes, but
I don't appreciate it when because I'm a patient man, but if you try and pull one over on me again, I'll be...
yes, sir.
You really need to work on your social skills, Miles.
Please, Mr. I know
Oh?
her son, Alexander, and mine were schoolmates. I just found a book. I've been trying to track her down for ages, and only just found out where she worked.
Oh, I see. It was a terrible tragedy what happened with her boy and her husband. I know how private Mrs. Walker is, but I'm sure she would appreciate you returning her son's book.
Damn right.
All right. She lives at 403 St. Agnes Street.
Remember when you couldn't even bring yourself to trick people into thinking their shoelaces were untied? You've come a long way, Miles.
I'll be taking my leave of you now, Mr. Solomon.
Very good.
All right, got a brand new address. Let's go talk to Mrs. Miles Davis or whatever her name was. Walker Residence. Texas Walker.
Some people would call that humming and hissing the sound of progress. I'd call it annoying. It says here that Linda Walker is in the upstairs apartment, and someone named Douglas Emafiel is under the stairs.
Who lives under a set of stairs?
Who are you? Are you from the Steamworks?
Yes.
Afraid not, sir.
Damn. Oh, well, what can I do for you?
Why did you think I was from the Steamworks?
Because I contacted them a few days ago when my boiler broke, and nobody has come to repair it yet. I should have known better. Those fools always take their time, if they even bother showing up at all. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in here with nothing but cold water. If I catch pneumonia and die, you'll know who to blame.
All right, and I'll point the blame where it needs to be blamed. Tumblr, it's we're investigating the kidnapping of a child in this particular set of episodes. Rich family had their son kidnapped, and we are tracking him down to the lady upstairs.
Do you know Linda Walker?
Of course. She lives upstairs. Who's asking?
Private
I'm Miles
investigator.
Fordham. I'm trying to find Linda so I can speak with her.
What's your business with her?
I'm afraid that's private.
Well, she's out right now. You'll have to come back another time if you want to visit her.
Damn it.
You got any idea when Mrs. Walker will be back?
Not for a few days. She told me she was going away for a bit.
Yeah, of course, she's got a kid.
That reminds me. She asked me to water her plants while she was gone. Just need to remember where I put the spare key.
Did you say something about having a spare key to Mrs. Walker's apartment?
Sure, I'm her landlord. I look after the place when she's gone.
Oh.
Got a bit of a green thumb, that one, so she puts me in charge of watering her plants. The trip
Okay.
up is a bit of a pain, though. My hips aren't what they used to be.
I can help you out with that.
I'm a private detective, and it's of the utmost importance that I get that key from you.
Right. private detective.
No, it's
I don't have
true.
to do anything you say. You're not really the law.
I'm close enough.
So nice try. But I'm not betraying Mrs. Walker's trust so easily.
Push him down the
Says that
stairs.
now, but I'm willing to bet he'd do it if it benefited him in some way.
Yep.
Sorry to bother you, sir. I'll just be on my way.
Says here that Lynn. Some people would call that. Some people.
Oh, wait, his boiler right there.
Nobody home?
Oh, can we fix it?
Miles, what are you doing? You don't know the first thing about steam engine repair.
It can't be that hard to work out.
If you're serious about getting it fixed, I'd suggest looking for someone who knows about this sort of thing first.
Meh.
But if you just want to charge in blindly, be my guest.
All right.
Find fuel source.
Okay.
These pipes are connected to the flue. They must heat up the water in this overgrown tea kettle. Find fuel source.
Well. Oh,
It won't go any further in that direction.
okay. Oh, small valves. Wait, and what happens if we turn it all the way to the right?
It won't go any further in.
Okay. Because I think we're going to have to balance this out so it gets to like 5 or something like that. And that gets to there. What's with the shaking?
These pipes are connected to the...
Yeah. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Are we there yet? Damn it. Okay. Uh-oh.
It won't go any.
See, I can't get that. Oh, wait. Yeah, that'll work.
Well, color me impressed. You're either extremely lucky,
Yeah.
or you've done this sort of thing before.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Achievement. Repairman.
Yes? What is it?
Fixed your stuff, dude.
I fixed the boiler for you.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's pretty pathetic when some yahoo off the street does a better job than the people paid to do this sort of thing.
Now give me the
I
damn
know
key.
you, friend.
Yeah, you
Might
do.
I take you up on that offer and get that spare key to the apartment?
Oh, right. You said you were a private detective, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Did Mrs. Walker do something wrong? Is she in trouble?
Not as far as
I'm
I
not
know.
entirely sure yet, which is why I need to take a look inside her apartment.
I see. Well,
Thanks, Tumblr.
I
All right.
wouldn't normally
See
do
you in a
this,
sec.
but you did me a great service by fixing the boiler. I can't just give you the spare key, but I can let you into the apartment.
That'll be just fine. Thank you.
All right. Oh.
What in the ether?
Yeah.
Cripes, did a tornado come through this place or what?
Looks as though she definitely left in a hurry. I wonder if she planned on ever coming back.
I'll be waiting for you in the kitchen, Mr. Fordham. Just let me know when you're done looking around.
Okay. That I can do for you, sir.
Torn apart. She took most everything. It doesn't appear she had much to take.
That's for sure. Damn.
I thought my apartment was messy.
Oh.
You're actually gonna dig through that mess? I sure hope it's worth it.
Oh.
A receipt with yesterday's date. One-way train ticket to Pierre in Lorraine. Departed this afternoon.
Thought she could get away easy, it seems. Well, I hate to disappoint her.
Yeah, boy. Anything else?
A receipt with
Thought she could...
Nope. Probably her
a
son.
boy. Can't be more than 7 or 8 years old. If that's Linda's son, why would she leave this behind?
Good question.
It's a boy.
Good question.
A fairly recent model. Linda must have spent a good portion of her wages on it.
I think so.
Nice patterns. I wonder if Linda makes all her own clothes.
She could.
Well, at least that painting cheers the place up a little bit. And the books she left behind are all trashy romance novels. Why wouldn't she take those? They're clearly the best ones. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to have my fill of plants and flowers.
What are these notes?
There's a handwritten note here. Valerian mixed with chamomile, sedative effects, deep sleep.
Seems Mrs. Walker's an amateur herbalist.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
not so amateur. I'd love to see the look on Mrs. Davis's face if she knew it wasn't a spirit that possessed her. In
Yeah.
fact, let's go tell her, so I can see it.
You've gotten fairly misanthropic in your death, Bill.
Have I? I hadn't noticed.
Oh, baby. So she is the one that actually made her fall asleep.
Torn apart.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else for us to see or do. No. Oh,
That bit of torn wallpaper looks almost deliberate.
yeah.
What do you know? She hid a book behind the wallpaper. Looks like a journal.
Charles loved Barney. Henrietta told me she's never seen Henrietta such joy of any other playthings. No doubt in my mind, Charles Harris is the reincarnation of my beloved Alexander. At last we can be together again. Alas, oh damn. Months of thinking, I have a plan. Samuels and stretching on the nature of the plans has been the key. I will visit Henrietta tonight at the Harris residence and prepare everything. I must look as though a burglar into the nursery and tore his coat. In 2 nights, I'll have my baby again.
Well, this is pretty damn incriminating.
I'll say.
Yeah.
Now we just need to figure out how she managed to drug Mrs. Davis.
Oh, we've got you now, Linda. Thought you could be clever and get away with the baby, did you?
Bill?
Yeah.
Well, you thought wrong. With Fordham and Legere on the case, the only thing you're getting is a one-way trip to jail.
Bill?
And the worst part is how sloppy she was. I mean, really, she couldn't think to pick up a button? She might as well have left a signed confession in the crib for all the good it did her.
Bill, would you just shut up, for God's sake? Huh? Is everything all right?
Yes, everything's just fine. I just stubbed my toe on the bed frame.
You ought to be more careful, Mr. Fordham.
Sorry, Miles. You know how I get when we're close to solving a case.
Yeah.
You always do this. I need to concentrate, and I can't hear myself think with you yapping away.
Right. Sorry. I'll keep it to myself.
Thank you.
Oh, dude,
But you have to
Tumbler.
admit, she really would have saved us the trouble if...
Bill.
Right. Not another peep. As you were.
You got hell. Size of quarters. Holy crap, dude. Hey, I think we've got everything we need here now.
I don't know about you. These will make great...
Right. So now...
I hope you were able to find out what you needed.
I did.
Yes. Thank you for your cooperation.
Now, can we go bust her? Or wait, we'll go to this lady's house so Bill can see the look on her face. Yeah.
I have some questions.
All right.
Mrs. Davis, where did you get the tea you drank on the night of the kidnapping?
From my own private supply, I drink a blend of hibiscus and elderberry. It clears the mind and puts me more in tune with the spirits.
Did it taste off to you?
No. Why do you ask?
Because I think your tea may have been drugged.
Oh.
Wait, are you saying?
I believe Mrs. Walker used her own herbs to drug your tea, knowing you'd drink a cup the following evening. She then snuck into the house after you'd fallen asleep and took the child.
Oh, my word, I never would have thought.
I know, Mrs. Davis. But don't worry, I'm doing everything I can to find her.
Oh, may the spirits guide you, Mr. Fordham.
Thank you for your...
Oh, you're...
Don't worry, they will, ma'am.
Well, I'd say we have everything we need to prove it was Linda who drugged Mrs. Davis's tea and took the child. And we know where she's going, too. Upton will want to know about this as soon as possible.
Yep. Suspect added. That's what we needed,
I'll be
baby.
going now, Mr.
Yep, we're out. See ya. And as soon as we go rat her out, we're gonna call the episode. Let's go talk to Upton. The Uptown girl.
Can we talk?
Go on.
Yeah.
Can we go over...
Of course.
Are you familiar with the term metempsychosis?
No, what is it?
Apparently some mystics and philosophers maintain that it's a process whereby human and animal souls are transferred to new bodies upon death.
Fascinating. Some people have such queer ideas. What's that got to do with the kidnapping, though?
I believe it may be the motive for the kidnapping.
Intriguing. I can't wait to hear your findings.
That's enough about...
Okay.
I'm
And
ready
wrap
to
her
wrap
up.
this case up.
Stick
Okay.
in.
Who's your prime suspect?
It was Linda Walker,
Yep.
Who is she?
a seamstress who befriended the Harris family nanny. She took the child because she believes he's the reincarnation of her deceased son, whom she accidentally poisoned.
My God.
You'll find a journal explaining her motive at her apartment, as well as the plants she used to drug Mrs. Davis.
Yeah.
But what about the broken window in the nursery?
This is a
All
setup.
part of a false crime scene she set up to draw our attention away from her.
Excellent work, Miles. Did you manage to find out where Mrs. Walker is now?
Sure did.
Yes, I found a receipt for a one-way train ticket to Pierre, which departed this afternoon.
Fantastic. We can send a telegram to the train station and have her arrested upon arrival.
Yeah.
She's done extremely well, Fordham. Snelling could only hope to have a detective as good as you again.
You flatter me.
Then I'd better stop before your head gets any bigger.
Oh, it's
All right, Miles.
swelling, baby.
I'll
It's
go through the
swelling.
proper channels and report your information as an anonymous tip. And of course, I'll dip into the department's Good Samaritan fund to get you proper compensation for your work.
Thank you.
For now, go home to your wife. I'm sure I'll have something else for you to look into fairly soon.
Yeah, you do. The murders. It's a boy.
Looking all
Mrs.
right.
Walker, it's a
Awfully
boy.
cute baby you got there.
Oh, thank you, sir. This is my son, Alexander.
Yeah, right.
Alexander. That's a good name. Strong name.
Yes, thank you. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in a bit of a hurry and I need to get to my hotel.
Of course. I won't keep you any longer, Mrs. Walker.
Thank you. Wait.
Oh,
How did you know my name?
I didn't. It was a lucky guess. But now, seeing as I know your name, allow me to tell you mine. I'm Sheriff Zeke Dollarhide.
Oh,
Linda
baby.
Walker, you are under arrest for the kidnapping of Charles Harris. Surrender the child and come with me.
No, you've got it all wrong. This is my son. This is my Alexander.
Ma'am, please don't make this difficult. Come along to the station, and we'll get this all sorted out.
Busted. Achievement wrong side of the
Addie,
tracks.
Are you home?
Yes, dear.
Still at her appointment, it would seem.
Damn.
You know, Miles, I have to say, I'm proud of you.
Thanks,
Why's
man.
that?
It's because you actually listen.
Yeah.
So does this mean you'll keep quiet until morning?
I said I was proud of you. I didn't say you were getting a reprieve.
Then I need to figure out how I'm going to sleep through the night without the soporific.
You worry about that too much, Miles. You can sleep when you're dead.
You don't ever seem to.
That's because I slept quite enough when I was alive.
In any case, I need to clear my head. The best way to do that after a case was always going for a drink at the Angel.
Yeah.
Angel? But you haven't been there since
Since you died. But perhaps getting back into old routines will help.
Perhaps. It would be nice to see old Patrick again at the very least.
Yeah.
Then it's settled. A drink or two at the Angel, for old time's sake.
Woohoo. Kick-ass.
I have to say, it's been a real pleasure having you back, Miles. I was worried about you.
Me too.
I appreciate your concern, Patrick. The past few months have been a bit rough, but it's good to be back in familiar territory.
Miles, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Well, it may be none of my business, and you can feel free to tell me to stuff it.
Enough with the preamble, Patrick. Just ask.
I know you quit the force, but why are you still working as a private investigator? Why not leave all that detecting stuff behind?
You know what? We'll figure that out in the next episode. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, you already know what to do. Everybody on Twitch, hang out for a few seconds, and I'll be right back. Take care.